Absolute thinking is the birthplace of hypocrisy. What we say here is to enlighten you, to entertain you a little bit, but to overall make you think. There's actually three sides to every story. My side, your side, and the truth. That's what the Book of G is dedicated to. Getting to the truth. What up, world? It's your man G. Williams, and I'm here to let you know it's alright, because I ain't rap too tight. But I'm going to say something.
Hey, what up, world? It's your boy G. Lewis, and I'm here to let you know I say what I say because I am my father's son.
Well, we're coming at you live and direct. November 1st, as promised, is our inaugural show of the Book of G, raw and unfiltered. And like I said, get ready. Get ready, because we coming at you with the news and the side that ain't always popular, but it still got to be. We definitely want to tell you, first of all, log on to YouTube. You can find us under the Book of G. Like it, share it. If you hate it, share it. But still say something. We didn't need all ideas are coming from you, the viewers. This is a show for you, about you, and we just talking. There it is.
Right. Okay.
So the first topic today we got is one that's heavy in the news. It's heavy in rotation, and because it's a part of society, and it's one that we can't ignore: domestic violence. Okay.
Let's jump in. As my partner said, you know, domestic violence is a topic that's all through the news. All you guys have seen Ray Rice and all the football players and a bunch of different, you know, athletes and celebrities that have been involved in this. But this is, like he said, this is an everyday thing that happens in far too many households. And we feel like the media doesn't go deep enough to talk about it in ways to kind of give us a perspective on how we can avoid something that has become the norm. So domestic violence does happen to men too. And that's something that is so overlooked and under-publicized and under-prosecuted that it really affects the whole argument for domestic violence as a whole. We want to kick off violence in the household, right?
Violence in the household, you know, honestly, is a woman who ain't quiet. No, I'm just kidding. Violence in the household, 99.9% of the time, is a woman who ain't quiet. Domestic violence has this whole gender thing pasted to it. Every time you see it on the news, it's always big bad man beats up on little innocent woman. And the truth is, that ain't the definition of domestic violence. It does not have a gender. Okay? And that's the biggest mistake that's been made, is giving domestic violence a gender.
Well, what I will say is to add to what this cat is saying, you know, you look at violence, we look at domestic violence as strictly as physical. That's mistake number one.
Good one.
Domestic violence is defined as emotional, financial, verbal abuse. Verbal abuse. I say it again. Well, I don't know if I totally agree with you, but what I will say is violence in the household, especially in the black community, unfortunately, is something that is the norm because of how we define ourselves. Like, you always hear, you know, a brother say, you know, well, I'm a real man, and then that goes to the definition of him being able to handle himself physically, whether it be sexually or whatever. You hear women say, I'm a real strong black woman because she has the ability to yell, cuss you out, you know what I'm saying, and even put hands on you if necessary. Those definitions, self-definitions, to me, is what contribute to violence in a household. It's because you think that you're defining yourself through your actions and you think your actions are okay.
Can I say something?
Go for it.
Quit using those dumb titles, okay? What the I'm a strong black woman. What does that mean? That ain't nothing but a diss, okay? You ain't never hear nobody else talking about, I'm a strong white woman. I'm a strong Asian woman. Only we do that mess. For what reason? No reason at all, but because we already got to put something on it. Look, strength is silent. If you are really that, you don't have to say nothing because your actions exhibit what that strength is. If you have always got to tell somebody how strong you is, then guess what? You ain't.
I agree with that. Wow, we agree right now. This is amazing. to be demeaning, with the intent to be insulting, with the intent to tear down, you are participating in domestic violence. Now, this isn't prosecuted like it should be. It's not frowned upon like it should be, even though it's in the national definition for domestic violence. So because of this, because it's not, all of this isn't prosecuted equally,
right,
you end up having situations to where people might be engaging in it on a regular basis and don't even realize, oh shoot, I'm having domestic violence with my partner because I just called him or her or whatever.
Right.
So my suggestion is be cautious of what you do and focus on control. My thing is I don't care whether you're a man or a woman.
Right.
I don't care. My thing is there is not an excuse to lose control, and when you do, whatever those consequences are,
that's right,
then you handle those consequences.
You're getting reminded of it.
That,
you know what? Your mother is a punk, and you a punk, and you... See, that's controlling the situation.
Yeah, but then your control go include bail money, and I ain't got no bail money.
Well, yeah,
and
I ain't got none either. I'm taking true. So I'm gonna do that little vacation. So holla at your boy, send me some cookies, a kite, something.
You better take some prunes, bro, because the food in jail ain't nothing nice. You know what I'm saying? So the same stereotypes that you know, a lot of women's groups have fought against to try to liberate themselves from are coming from the same place that have benefited them in these type of situations. Okay. So just keeping it 100 with you, you know, we gotta be fair. You know, stereotypes is not a salad bar. We either go take it all or we go throw it away. We don't take the pieces we want and leave the rest.
Exactly. So, hey, shout out to my boy, Tommy Sotomayor. I agree with him. Hey, he says equal rights, equal lefts. You know, it's a part of that coming with it. You know, that's part of my new book, Girl, Take This Ass Whooping, because you equally deserve it. That's going to be at T.Y. Uzi's.
T.Y. Uzi's.
Amazon, your mama house. Just call and order. We get you a copy.
I hope you ain't there for a book signing, because they're going to be lining up to whoop your tail right outside the spot.
And I'm saying, though. But the truth is, if we are fighting for this so-called equality, then I'm sorry. The right to get your ass whooped for putting your hands on a man, that's got to be a part of that equation. Like you said, it ain't a salad bar. You can't pick and choose. And so this feminist movement to get women caught up in so-called equal, then hey, it's good and bad to that. And you got to be able to take both sides if you want to be quote-unquote equal. If not, stay in lane and shut up and cook something.
Equal. I don't think there's ever bad to being equal. I think the problem is whenever you add equality and you remove fairness, then you have a problem. So that's where why I say it's not a salad bar. Like if you're gonna say, hey, these are poor stereotypes. I don't deserve to be barefoot and pregnant, in the kitchen. I deserve to be equal pay. I deserve to be treated fairly. I can do anything that a man can do. I'm all for it. I'm cheering for you 100%. But at the same time, you can't say, I'm weaker than you when the lights show up. Equality without fairness is nothing. So, one of the next topic that we are supposed to discuss is gender stereotypes. And, how do they play into kind of the epidemic that is domestic violence and things like that in our community. What do you think?
I think boys is wearing dresses and women are growing beards. That's what I think. I think, honestly, sagging is taking pants further and further down till they come off, and they being replaced with dresses, and there's a whole lot of feminine dudes out here, and men are becoming a whole lot more emotional these days, which tends to fuel this problem, I think. And women are, in turn, becoming more testosterone driven. And so I think we're in a transition, and it's causing it's causing some major problems within our relationships.
You think there should be like gender roles? Like, do you think there should be?
I gotta be honest with you. Being the resident president of the Misogyny Chauvinistic Club, absolutely. Absolutely. Go cook something.
I couldn't disagree with you more. I couldn't disagree with you more. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a firm believer of it really don't matter who it is, man, woman, male, female, none of that matters. It matters who is the best person for the job. If I cook better than you, I should be cooking. If you can bring home more bacon than me, you should be bringing home bacon. Because at the end of the day, I don't have time to have an issue with the fact that you bringing home more bacon than me and allowing that to hurt my pride. Because at the end of the day, the money going in the house. Last time I checked, I live in the house. So that means I'm getting the money too.
Right. But are women thinking that way? Okay, if we're going to reverse it, then let's reverse it all the way. If a woman is bringing home more money than you are, which, I mean, as statistics going to tell us in the government, especially in the black society, black community, that our women are outperforming us, is her mind screwed on tight enough to take that, handle that new role and not hold it over your head?
And this is just in my opinion, it depends on if you got a woman or somebody who has her womanhood confused. So okay. if you have a woman understands that when she comes into the household, that she helps build the household, she helps facilitate the growth of the household in whatever way that is. So if you got a woman that has her womanhood confused, that thinks that she actually can be a man, like she doesn't need a man, I don't need a man, then if that's what you believe, you fooling yourself. And just like if you a dude and you out there, you thinking, I don't need no woman, I'm looking at you funny. Because then there's something wrong with you because you fooling yourself. At some point, people was meant to come together. We were meant to couple. People were meant to couple. Absolutely. So at the end of the day, it's all about figuring out what works for you and figuring out how to communicate and be consistent with that. So I don't believe in gender roles. I think that's awesome bull. I think it's something that's designed to keep us divided, because if you keep a house divided, then it's easy to control the people. Because the kids ain't got no mentors, and the people that's supposed to come together to stay together is the people that's apart, and you can use that against each other. Like you said, united we stand, divided,
Absolutely.
we conquer. So I believe all of that is some bull. So I don't believe in gender roles.
All right. Well, in the meantime, till we figure it out, go make me a sandwich.
Please don't hit me while you aiming for this cat. All right, final thought. So, we talked about a lot. We talked about domestic violence. We talked about gender stereotypes. We talked about how different things in the media has kind of portrayed things one side or the other. I say all that to say this. If you define yourself by yourself and for yourself and find somebody who compliments you and who endorses how you define yourself, then that's all that matters. You need to find somebody that works with you and find a situation that works for you. And in that, remember, there's real strength in control, there's real strength in intelligence, and part of building a relationship is learning how to communicate with each other. Just because you don't agree doesn't mean you're enemies. So if we can get on that level playing field, if we can get on that fair playing field, I think a lot of this stuff that we have right now is going to blow in the wind. Thank you for tuning into the Book of G. I look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing you guys in the future. And hopefully you'll look forward to hearing more from us. All right? Holla.